Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on between you and your person. Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, all right, here we go. Card for Sagittarius, please. Okay, here we go. All right, your overall energy for this week's reading is the Page of Cups. So this is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Pisces, so your person could have Pisces placements or you could have, okay? So someone's wanting to come along and give you an apology, okay? They're coming along with a love offer that comes along with an apology. Underneath this, we have the Justice card. This is Libra energy. It is talking about balancing out the situation. I feel like that's what this person is wanting to do. I feel like deep down inside, you want it too. Even if you don't want to be with this person anymore, I feel like, you deserve an apology and that's what you're wanting. Okay. This can also speak of, karma, somebody reaping what they've sown. So your person could be coming along. Let me be honest here, because I'm going to tell you the truth. We keep it real, right? I feel like for some of you, this person is coming along to give you an apology because karma is kicking their asses. That is really honestly what I feel like is going on in the situation. Okay. We're going to look further into it and see what spirit tells me, but that's what I'm getting. Okay. In my channel right now. Okay. So underneath this, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. This is talking about doing the work. I feel like a lot of you have been doing that and you're trying to move on, heal yourself and move on from this situation. Okay. You are learning how to stand in that Nine of Pentacles energy. So both of these cards are going together. You are learning how to stand in this independent energy and know who you are. You know what you deserve. And you're not willing to settle for anything less than that. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying this Page of Cups. Page of Cups, please. Okay. Page of Cups for your person. Page of Cups. Okay, so we got a lot of cards that fell here, so it'll take a minute for us to talk about this. Okay, so the first card that fell, this is your card. So you're trying to have faith in the universe, faith in your spiritual team, and move forward through this connection, okay? When it comes to your person is learning how to be more vulnerable, and they're trying to step into their divine masculine energy, okay? Then we got three other cards that fell. The first one is the Golden Mirror. So this person's been acting like a narcissist, okay? They've been love bombing you. They're very self-absorbed. This was a very one-sided relationship. Then we've got the Dragonfly, lighthearted and adaptable, finding out and change, things coming to light and healing. So this is the energy that I feel like you're sitting in right now. You are trying to transmute what has happened between the two of you, transmute that pain into something beneficial to help yourself move forward, okay? And then when it comes to the last card, we have a mirror. So you're mirroring each other. This is about self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. So I feel like you're both in a period of like sitting down and really thinking about yourself, really thinking about the relationship, what happened between the two of you, figuring out what you did wrong, where you went wrong, what the other person did, and, just trying to make sense of it all. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the card that represents you, we got you at the Two of Swords. So you're going to have to make a choice, Sagittarius. This is what Spirit is telling you. And also with this card, there is something that you may not be seeing because, you may be turning a blind eye to it. This can talk about some form of denial. So you need to, when you are thinking about this, you need to just rip off the Band-Aid and look at everything. Rip off the Band-Aid, let yourself bleed, let everything come out so that you can make a very informed decision from a place of understanding all of it, a place of clarity. Okay, let's clarify. Two of Swords, please. Okay, so yeah, we've got a karmic family. So you may have some family members that are like giving you a lot of grief. Some people who you've come back to this, or the two of you have come back here on earth to try to work things out. Okay, so this is part of, that's the thing about this journey that you're on, this spiritual awakening, It affects everything in your life. Okay. There may be some things, some hot button issues with this person that needs to be healed, because this could be contributing to your issues that you're having in the connection with the twin. Okay. All right. Two of Swords. Okay, so we've got sunglasses. So this is talking about watching, looking, perception, stalking. I feel like you're both stalking each other. Okay, you're watching, even if you're watching this tarot card reading. I had somebody last week, I think it was, come in the comments and say that they weren't watching their person, or yeah, they weren't chasing their person. That's what it was. They weren't chasing. And I'm like, you're energetically chasing. You watch anytime you're doing something to find out about the other person, that's what you're doing. Okay. Like I said, you may not like it, but it's the truth. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, we've got the Page of Pentacles, Earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, towards Virgo, Capricorn. This is your person wanting to come forward and, offer you something stable. It's a small offer with the Page of Pentacles, but, with this person having, been in this narcissistic energy, this pride and this ego, I think at this point, this is the best that they can do at the, right now. Okay. So let me say this. I got to say this before I move on. I put a message up about this, but I want to make sure that I make this clear to all the signs. I had somebody come in the comments today and say something to me about their situation and ask me if I was on the other person's side or if I was on their side. And so let me say this. I read for y'all every week. We've established a rapport. I love y'all. I feel like y'all love me too. And I would not be doing this because this takes up a lot of time to sit down and read for someone, right? So I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't on your side. And just because if I say anything favorable about the other person, or if I speak about the other person to get you to understand what they're going through, it is because you're going to have to go through a phase where you forgive this person. Okay. It doesn't matter what they did to you. And I'm not trying to make light of it and say that it wasn't horrible, because some of y'all went through some really garbage treatment from this other person. Okay. And I would never sit here and say that you deserved it or anything like that. But what you also have to understand is I'm in a different place because I have forgiven my person for the things that they did. Yes, they drugged me. Yes, it was hard. Yes, it was difficult. I wanted to give up. There was a lot of things going on. If you want to know my story, there is an actual video where I sit down and talk about it. It's the second Twin Flame Chronicles video. I think I put it up on Monday. It's like an hour and 45 minutes long. And I go all the way through the whole entire situation that I went through, because I got activated twice. It wasn't one time. It was twice. So I've been through this twice. So I know exactly what it entails. Okay. Even though sometimes, when I'm in my situation, I may tend to forget certain things, but Spirit is always there to remind me. But I'm saying all this to say that you have to get to a point. Okay. If you're wanting this new love, or, you want to be in a relationship with somebody else, or even if you want to go back to this person, you are going to have to learn how to forgive this person. Okay. Everybody got to come to Jesus in their own moment. It is not giving them a pass for you to forgive them. For you to forgive them, you are telling yourself you love yourself and you do not want to carry any unnecessary baggage anymore. That's the reason why you need to forgive, because it's all about you at the end of the day. We all like to say it's the other person and point fingers and put the blame on them. But as I've told y'all before, if the hurt and the pain and the stuff wasn't here to begin with, any people could come in your face and do all kinds of things and you wouldn't even care. You wouldn't even care, because now when I look back on things, when I have people come up to me and try to play in my face and stuff like that, I laugh and I'm like, you know what? I've come really far, because a few years ago, sometimes in certain instances, only a few months ago, if somebody had come in my face and done what whoever did, I would have been upset. My day would have been messed up. I would have been, oh my God, I can't believe this and this and that or whatever. But this is part of growth. It's a part of healing. And at the end of the day, that's what this life is about. Spirit is saying, can you suffer all these slings and arrows? Can you go through all this shit with people? Because people are going to try you. I don't care how enlightened you are. I don't care how many days a week you meditate or how many hours a day you meditate. People are still going to try you. Okay. And it's about what you're willing to put up with and what you're not willing to put up with. And if it's somebody that's continually coming in your face and it's a pattern of things, then you got to cut them out. You got to let it go. You got to put yourself first. You have to find ways to always love yourself and put yourself first. And that is what this is about. Okay. Because forgiving them is not giving them a pass. Okay. This person, your person, is getting their ass kicked by karma, by the karma that, from what they've done to you, and by the universe. And so who am I to sit here? I'm a human being just like they are. I make mistakes just like they do. Granted, I don't, as far as I know of, I haven't done anything on the level that some of these people have done, but I've still made mistakes too. And I have to think about, how would I want somebody to treat me if I had done this? Because anybody that goes through a certain succession of things over a period of time can end up in this energy. Okay. Like I said, just because you've healed yourself and you've gotten to a different level, it doesn't mean you can't backslide, or like I said, certain things can happen to you, all that types of things. Like let me give you an example. Let's talk about homeless people, right? People talk about homeless people and about, the things that they go through, and how, so you'll even hear people say stuff like, they would never let themselves end up like that. But what you got to understand is, if the right series of things happen to you at the right time, we could all end up in a damn cardboard box. Okay. So I'm saying all of that to say, anybody can end up like this. Okay. So you have to figure out how to give this person grace and move on with your life. It's not that you want to, because like I've already told you, I'm done with my person. I have no desire to be with them anymore, but I still have to forgive them because it's about me. And I have new love coming. And if I want that person to come into my life and for me to not treat them like garbage because of what somebody else did, I have to let this go. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. That once you get on the other side of this, that's what's next. It's not just about you healing yourself and healing your garbage. You got to forgive them for theirs as well. Okay. All right. Let's move on. So, like I said, Page of Pentacles, they're coming with a small love offer. All right. I don't know if they're ready. We're going to see. So they're trying to step into their confidence here. And then we've got the Complete card. This is about them learning how to love unconditionally, how to love completely, how to, have no limitations, how to not look at feelings and emotions as a dirty thing. Okay. All right. Let me get one more card. Page of Pentacles. Okay. So we've got wedding rings coming up. It says union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. Okay. So for some of you, this is not your old person. Some of you, this is the new person. Because look at the card that's coming up, wedding rings. It could be, for some of you, it could be the old person coming back to offer you this type of commitment. But I'm telling you, if they're still sitting in ego and pride, you just have to be very discerning. I'm just telling you to just be careful, because some of these twins are coming back and they're still not healed. They're still not fully healed. So for some of you, this is a new person coming in, and this is what they're going to want to do. They're going to want to be devoted and give you everlasting love. And this is a soulmate. Okay. But for others of you, this could be this person trying to reel you back in. And so that's why I'm just telling you, beware. Okay. All right. Okay. So the energy between the two of you is the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups talks about celebration, and it talks about reunion. And I feel like that's what, for some of you, it's what you're wanting, is reunion. For others of you, this is your person wanting reunion, and you are wanting to move on, or to have reunion with this other person, the new person, because the new person is a soulmate, somebody that you've had a past lifetime with. That's why this reunion card is coming up. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Yeah. So you've been, going through a period of chaos. I feel like you're trying to get your thoughts in order. You're trying to get yourself together to figure out how to move forward from this situation. Okay. When it comes to your person, yeah, see what I'm saying? They're still suppressing their emotions, and they don't feel you here anymore, because a lot of you have turned away, I feel like, from this connection. Okay. You've decided to have faith in spirit and in the universe, and you're moving on with your life, and they feel you removing your energy. So for some of you, that's why they're coming back to try to you know, because they're like, you ever seen somebody in a movie? I remember, I can't remember what movie this was. I saw this movie. These people were in the water. They get out of the water. I think it was Anaconda. I think they got leeches all over them from being in the river, right? And you know how they have to take a knife or something and pluck them off and get them off or whatever. I feel like that's what's going on with this person, that this person had, they latched onto you when the two of you were activated, and they're siphoning off your energy. And now that you have left and turned around and walked away from them, all of this stuff is just on them because they got to deal with themselves now, because they can't suck your energy. So they're, you know, they have to deal with the things that they didn't say to you, the things that they did wrong. All this stuff is bouncing around in their head, because remember, this is a highly logical person. They don't like feelings and emotions and all this kind of crap. So they've suppressed, okay? They are, you know, wanting to latch on to you again. And so it wouldn't surprise me for them to come and try to string you along and make you think that they want to give you what it is that you want. So you need to be asking the questions. Are you still in the third party? You know, what type of healing have you done? You need to like get in depth and really talk to this person if you're wanting to go back to them, and listen to your intuition. Okay. Because whenever I think about my person doing that, coming back, my intuition starts screaming, don't you dare, don't go back, don't go back. I just get this horrible feeling, and I know that if this person comes back, it's only going to be to try to reel me back in. Because you got to think about it, some of these people are thinking, you know, they wanted you to sit there and wait for them until they got ready to come and deal with you. Okay. And the fact that you're gone now, it's like I said, it's this narcissistic, you know, this narcissistic mindset. Like, how dare this person try to move on from me? You know, let me go get, you know, let me go get them back. Let me go love bomb them some more. So they'll come back and continue to sit in the energy and wait for me for when I get ready to deal with them. Okay. So you don't deserve that. Okay. Spirit's going to tell you about it, going to tell me about it. And you know, I'm going to warn you. Okay. I'm not trying to crash your party. I want, you know, if this person is coming back to you, I'm hoping for you and praying that they're in the right energy and that you're both ready to be in a connection together. Because if they're not, the only thing that's going to happen is the same thing that happened the first time. And I don't want to see you continually getting hurt by this person because they're continually playing mind games with you. Okay. All right. So let me get one more card. Three of Cups. See, they're not ready because they're still sitting in the energy of not enough, lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego, and fear, frustration. So what I feel like this person is, because I pulled for your person, this side was supposed to be for your person, but this what's coming up, I feel like this is the new person. Okay. So your your twin is out the door, and the new person is who is showing up as your person. Okay. So they're the ones that's sitting in confidence. They're the ones that's coming towards you, you know, loving unconditionally and unselfishly. They're the ones that want to offer you the union, the marriage, the soul connection, the devotion that you were wanting from your twin. Okay. All right. Yeah. So but that's what I'm saying. Once you find your new person and you commit to them, or you know, two of y'all start getting together, I feel like that's when this other person is going to pop up. Because for some of you, this person, your twin, thinks that this new person is just a placeholder for them. This is what I'm telling you. These are the thoughts that are going through their mind. They think that this new person is a placeholder for them, but when they get ready to come back to you, they're thinking like all this crazy stuff. Okay. Then we've got clock. It says needing time, cycles, takes time to heal, progressing. So this person, I feel like they are healing, but I really honestly don't know if they're going to be able to catch up with you, Sagittarius. And for a lot of you Sagittarians, I don't think you care, because I feel like you're on to the new. You've done or are in the process of doing what Spirit is asking you to do. That's why this new person is showing up. Okay. All right. Okay. When it comes to the outcome, Page of Swords, see, they're watching. This can also talk about delays, like there being a delay because your person is not the new person, but your old person, the twin flame, is still not learning the lessons. They're still suppressing. They're still thinking that they're not enough. They're still not working on themselves. They rather come back and love bomb you and do the same old shit they did in the beginning, rather than just go ahead and do the damn work and put themselves in a better energy so that they can come to you the right way. Okay, they're trying to cut corners, and because they're trying to cut corners, now there's somebody else on the table. Okay, so let's clarify. Page of Swords. Okay, some of you may be feeling guilty. Look at this. Look at this. Look at y'all mirroring. Look at y'all mirroring. See what I'm saying? Look at y'all mirroring each other. Didn't it? Look. You're mirroring. You're mirroring each other. Okay? So you may be feeling guilty about what happened. Okay? Your person may be feeling guilty. Let me tell you this. If you're feeling guilty about, I talked to somebody about this yesterday in the comments. If you're feeling guilty about telling this person how you felt, Sagittarius, I'm about to give you an intervention. Okay? What you did when you told this person that you love them was a fucking beautiful thing. Okay? Let me say it again. What you did when you told this person you love them was a fucking beautiful thing. Okay? And you need to be patting yourself on the damn back and not in this energy. Okay? Everybody is not going to return your sentiments to you when you give them to the other person. But don't let that stop you from being who you are. Don't let that stop you from being the authentic, beautiful person you are. Okay? Because you got a lot going for you, Sagittarius. Okay? You are healing this shit. You're pulling yourself up out of the muck. This is a hard thing to do. So you got to heal these guilt wounds. Whatever reason you're feeling guilty, you got to let this shit go. Okay? The person that need to be feeling guilty is this motherfucker over here. This is who needs to be feeling guilty, because they ran from you, did all this shit, tried to break you, and you didn't deserve that. So this is about you putting on your big girl panties or your big boy drawers and realizing, giving yourself a fucking hand and realizing that you the damn shit. Okay? I'm not saying you don't have things to work on. We all have things to work on. Nobody on this earth is perfect, and nobody is gonna go through things and just get out of them unscathed. It doesn't happen like that. That's not life. Okay? But it is about having that come to Jesus moment and loving yourself so fucking much to where you refuse to carry any of this bullshit anymore. It's like breaking free and realizing, yeah, you can try to latch on to me. Yeah, you can try to breadcrumb me. Yeah, you can try to hurt me, but you cannot fucking break me. That's the energy you got to sit in. That bad bitch, that bad mofo energy. That's what you got to sit in. Okay? So don't feel bad. You pat your fucking self on the back, goddammit, because it's a lot of people in this world that cannot do what you did, that would never be able to do what you did, to go to somebody not knowing what was going to happen and just unleash it and let these people know how you feel. Okay? So anytime you give love, that's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And the love may not come back from this person, but it's fucking coming back from somebody else. You see what I'm trying to tell you? This is what I'm trying to get you to. This is why I'm dragging you behind me, and I'm trying to get you to come. And I'm not dragging you like telling you off. I'm talking about I'm dragging you behind me, kicking and screaming through this, because I know what's on the other side. I see what's on the other side. I see the rewards. I see all of the beautiful things waiting for you, because I'm already halfway there. And so I feel like you're listening to what Spirit is telling you. You're moving through this beautifully. Okay. You may not do it 100%. You may have times where you backslide and you think about them and you think about, oh, well, did I make a mistake? You may have moments like that because you're human. But like I said, this showing up is telling me that you doing shit the way you supposed to do it. So like I said, give your fucking self a hand. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, Sagittarius. Okay? All right. So I said all that to say, keep moving forward. Address your wounds. Okay? Heal them. Forgive this person and move forward, because you don't want to do nothing to this person, because all it's going to do is cause the universe to put their foot on your neck. And I'm telling you, you don't want to be on the receiving end of this shit here. You don't want to be, okay? Because some of your people may have lost a place to live. They may have broken up with the person that they were with. They may be, walking around, feeling all lost and stuff. I mean, like I said, everybody's going to come to that moment and come to their karma at different times, because everybody's at different points in this reading, but it's coming. So that's why I tell you, leave it alone. Don't touch it. Just focus on yourself. Love on yourself. Put yourself first, okay? Because we're looking for somebody who's going to treat you better than the way you treat yourself, okay? But the way you get there is by loving the fuck out of yourself, okay? All right, because I'm telling you, I love myself so much. I sit up and talk to myself so much till I cry. That's how much I love myself, because I've worked on it, because I've been determined that the next person that comes into my life, they're going to fucking love me the way I love me, or I'm not doing it, okay? That's the energy you got to sit in, okay? That bad bitch energy, like I said, that bad mofo energy, that is the energy that you need to sit in, okay? And a lot of you are heeding what Spirit is saying, and you're doing it. So be proud of yourself. Be glad. The love is coming back to you, but for a lot of you, it's not going to be from this person. It's going to be from the new person, okay? All right, let's get some messages from Spirit. Okay. So, okay, we've got revelation. The universe will reveal the unknown. So there's going to be some stuff that you're going to find out about your person that's going to be coming to you. There may be people that the two of you both that know both of you that are going to be coming up to you, telling you what's going on. You may see some stuff on social media. People like to talk. But like I said, usually when it's somebody that's done stuff like this, Spirit will make sure that you catch a whiff of what's going on with them one way or the other, okay? Then we've got fear. Fear is creating a delay in the forward progression of this partnership. Like I said, make sure you heal yourself up. Okay, I feel like this fear is talking about your person, but make sure you heal up your stuff so that you don't block your person or slow them down from coming into your energy, because you got to get to a certain level of detachment with the twin in order to let the new person in. Okay. Then we've got spiritual work. Much work is to be done on an individual and soul level. Okay. We just talked about that. Okay. It says different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. I feel like this is talking about the twin. For some of you, you and the twin, they were just supposed to come into your life to teach you a lesson, to teach you to love yourself, and to teach you your boundaries, to teach you how to set boundaries, and to know what your deal breakers are, what you're going to put up with, what you aren't going to put up with. Because remember, I used to tell y'all that years ago, that you need to make a list of the things that you're willing to put up with and the things that for you are automatic red flags and you're not dealing with it. So that once you get into a situation and the feelings are feeling, right, you are not, you have something that, written that you can refer to and think about the person to see if, am I getting treated the way I want to get treated? Is this person doing this? Is this person doing that? Because let me tell you this. I was listening to this lady read yesterday, and she was talking about, she was talking about our situation, and she was saying that, like, some of us have changed to the point, and I know I have, to where love has become a little more transactional. And at first I was like, no, I don't know about that, because I feel like I'm still similar, to who I was in a lot of ways. But when I started to think about it, I realized she was right. The reason why it's transactional now is because in the past, I got to use myself as an example, okay? In the past, I used to just jump into shit because I felt some kind of way. I was feeling the feelings. Like I said, the feelings was feeling, right? And I was just jumping into stuff and being impulsive and doing all this crap. And then at the end, after I got burned, I stopped and I'm looking and I'm like, what in the hell happened? Okay. But now it's a new day. It's a new Leigh. Because like I said, because I love myself now. So now, at the beginning, I'm looking at the base. Is this person treating me right? Are they answering me when I contact them, and vice versa? You know, are they putting in the same level of effort I am? Do I feel, you know, cherished? Do I feel like this? Do I feel like that about the person? And then I jump into the relationship once all those boxes are checked. Okay, so you got to learn how to be more transactional with your love as well. Okay, you do the examination first to see if this is a two-sided relationship, if both of you are in all in, and then you jump into it after that. Okay, your head can be in the clouds, there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to check and make sure everything is on the up and up before you do that. Okay, all right, so next card, it says go slow. Take the time to get to know each other, because remember we just talked about this, right? Being impulsive and jumping into stuff and not thinking about it. Then we've got obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. I feel like this is your person. I feel like when I read for you, even though spirit is trying to give you the you know, the the information, the tea on the new person, you see your old person, the twin, is always finding a way to drag their asses into the reading. Okay, all right, let's get some messages from your person. Okay, I know I was a distraction from your pain. So many things remind me of you. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. So, like I said, your old person, the twin, is going through it. Okay, they're suffering right now. They are reaping the rewards of all the shit that they've done to you. Okay, that's why I tell you, don't get involved. Don't get involved, because spirit can do things and in such a damn creative way. They do things to people that you never even would be able to think of to do to somebody. Not that you're wanting that to happen, but I'm letting you know that, you know, your spiritual team and the universe has your back. If you are treating people properly, then, and somebody's mistreating you, trust me, they're going to get theirs. It may take a little bit of time for them to get it, for it to catch up to them, but when it does, it's a horrible fucking thing. Okay, all right, so I hope this helped you, Sagittarius. Don't you be feeling bad because you told that person you love them. There's nothing wrong with being open and honest and vulnerable about your feelings, because this is their damn problem. This is why they're going through what they're going through, because they can't even sit and think about how they feel about you, because they're so overwhelmed by the feelings. So like I said, it's a beautiful thing for you to be able to do what it is, you know, that you do that. And don't you let this situation, what happened with this person, stop you from being that open and vulnerable and loving person that you are, or stop you from showing that side of yourself. Okay, it's there for a reason. Okay, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Sagittarius.